today. From AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. It's Week 16 of the NFL on EA Sports.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Out come the Eagles for their first drive, led out by their quarterback in his 5th year in Philly, Carson Wentz.
Just 2 weeks left in the regular season, so not many opportunities left. But I've got to tell you, I think he's had an MVP type of a season, and I just hope that everyone who votes doesn't go to sleep and already have their ballots cast.
I think there are a couple others in the national media who feel that way, too. You and I have been discussing this race since the calendar hit December, as have many other, but I think it's going to take 8 big quarters for him to truly have consideration. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. It's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Jordan Lewis right there on the coverage. So we'll look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
First down.
Sensational he was last week, over 200 yards. And the simple quote that we saw this week was, keep him in front of us. They're going to have to do that.
And when they say that, it means tackling him after the catch. Because once he makes the catch, you may catch it in front. But if you don't tackle him, he's behind you at that point, and that's how he racks up the big yardage.
Set him back 5. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Now Scott. Finding some room at midfield. And another tackle broken. And finally down at the 36-yard line. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
It's a gain of
what we saw there, that's what we know that he can do. He can break tackles and turn them into big runs, and that's what he did.
And what is the buzz phrase nowadays in football for a guy like that? Contact balance. The ability to go through trash, come out the other side, avoid and run through contact, and keep your balance.
And a solid run down inside the 30.
Gilchrist made the tackle.
Pretty much unreal, not just in terms of yardage, Charles, but also throwing the 3 touchdowns as well.
When you put the whole package together, I can make you a pretty good guarantee right now. He's going to see a few more people in the box every time he lines up.
Yeah, I don't think that the defense has any choice. They've got to stop him. Can't let a repeat performance like that.
Agreed.
Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
And goal.
They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you can...
This is taken in by Jeffrey. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles.
17, Alshon
Jeffrey with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Eagles drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Now it's Wilson.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Dalton and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line. They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Jalen Mills in on the stop.
Brings up
the last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And it's complete to Dalton Schultz. And it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Eagles. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line.
Hey, whatever happened to the days of just getting a fumble recovery? Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are. And now a terrific opportunity inside the 5. The Eagles offense making their way back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC.
And right now, a lot to like on that screen. They've wrapped up the division, currently sitting in the number 2 spot. But remember, that no longer means a bye into the divisional round.
No, partner, you're right. They made that change for the 2020 season. So being in the number 1 spot is the ultimate deal. Used to be the top 2. Got those opening weekend buys. Now it's just number 1.
Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45.
They run here with Rico Dowdle.
Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
The ball carrier.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Made back at the
3rd and 11. And some extra depth in the secondary here. They're in the dime. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. And to the left side here, Wilson. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there.
And you can see by the X next to their name, they have clinched the NFC East already. For the moment, though, they would host a wild card game in round 1.
And for me, it brings back memories about how tough it is to win this division. Not just in recent years, but think about the decades that have stacked up where we've said the NFC East always one of the toughest divisions in the NFL.
They'll get this to the rookie from TCU. That's Jalen Reagor.
An excellent way to start the drive there. 18 yards.
18 on the play.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
He'll fire it deep for Reagor.
And this is caught inside the 5. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory.
1st and goal.
A big play there for Philly. 59 yards. Working from the gun, Wentz. This is taken in by Jeffrey. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles.
Touchdown.
Alshon Jeffrey, his 25th touchdown. Tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Eagles had 6 to their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Elliott Good with a PAT. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. The return man, Wilson. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
This is their third drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Cowboys nothing.
And it's incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 5.
Incomplete.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. And it is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Yeah, he was looking for the checkout bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here. That could really put them in command. They got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Gain of 33 yards.
33 yards that time.
Down,
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Oh, he'll just get rid of this one deep. Rookie Jalen Reagor, the intended target that time. But it's going to be 2nd down.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
He'll fire deep for Reagor. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Dallas Goedert, of course, he'll do well in this stadium. He's got a 1st down. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way, oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got it?
This is taken in by Jeffrey. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
And it is now 21-0. A 4-play drive spanning 80 yards. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25, a touchback. Cowboy offense heading out. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Hey, you're impressed, aren't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not
That
mistaken,
does,
correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games? Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadrupled. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On the run, it's Dowdle. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Pollard. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
Taken down at the 41. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
On 2nd down now. Pollard able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
The ball carrier.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And 3.
They look to throw on 3rd and goal. 4th down now looming after Philly's defense stands tall in coverage. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
A 54-yard attempt.
And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright. And this score will stay right where it is. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. And it's caught one-handed. Oh my, he pulled it in. That goes for a gain of 31.
A gain of 31
I'm
yards.
seeing a lot of hands on hips in that secondary, and I suspect a lot of mumbling under their breath as well, because this defense has had no answer for the passing game here in the first half.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Here's Scott. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
Eagle ball carrier.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd down, it's Scott. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Second and goal at the 1-yard line.
Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on second and goal? Shotgun now for Wentz. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Carson Wentz with touchdown pass number 4 on the afternoon. And the Eagles add on to their lead. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Elliott now to add the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. Well, good return up past the 30. And with flags down, he's out near the 40. But it looks like this one might be coming back. So erase the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy and use in addition to the pencil.
And those last for a long time.
Tony Pollard out of the backfield, the intended target. And that'll bring up second down.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
They work again from the 38 on second and 10. Throwing again. Dalton. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is fielded at the 7, and he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now Wentz. Jeffrey with a catch left side.
Complete.
It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
It's 2nd and
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. This ball complete to Rager. He's got daylight. 20.
They're not even trying to do anything.
Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Jalen Reagor, 77 yards, as his guys continue to pour it on.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half.
To kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Now it's Wilson. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Dalton here from the gun. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
For Cedric Wilson.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first.
Gain of 6 yards.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Now this is fielded in the end zone. And he'll be tackled inside his own 15. The decision to bring it out cost him some yardage. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25, a touchback. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. Dalton and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Ball carrier.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Here's Pollard again. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
That's good.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. That was him, and Dalton lost the football.
Carson Wentz sacked.
We talk a lot about setting the tone to start the game. Well, you want to start the tone right in the third quarter as well, and nearly lost a football there in their first drive.
And sometimes we overdo it when we talk about halftime adjustments and what teams are going to do. Most of the time, it's just a matter of executing the game plan you brought in, but I'll guarantee you they didn't draw that play up on the whiteboard at halftime. They're fortunate to retain possession. Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. And that is gonna be pulled in one-handed. Wow. That one goes for 30 yards.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
He'll fire deep for Rager.
And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down.
Second and 10.
And off his back foot, he'll heave this one deep. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. So now third and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Yards to go.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Now a pass hauled in downfield.
You know what? Why don't you just start over?
Touchdown, Philadelphia. Travis Fulgham, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles are pouring it on. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
Elliott on for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25, a touchback.
Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Calling a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
And they'll work from the 29 on second and 6.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Intended for Tony Pollard.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. From the gun, Dalton. And that will be incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now, it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. Well, this is taken in. It's complete.
You gotta love it, baby. Give us
Jeffrey. And he
takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 88 yards. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
This is taken in by Jeffrey. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Alshon Jeffrey with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the third most in a single year. And the Eagles continue to roll.
Jake Elliott.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that will extend this big lead. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Eagles, they'll hit double digits with their 10th win of the year. And they will head home for next week's contest. That is against Washington. Meanwhile, for Dallas, it's another loss as they now fall to 4-11. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our